Hey guys, welcome to the kitchen. Today we're going to make some fire cider. Fire Tonic is another thing that it's called. We were out earlier at the farmer's market and it's really rainy and chilly and flu season, and we've been hearing all about how it's such an awful flu season this year. So it's important to do things to nourish your immune system to help you stay healthy. We don't really concern ourselves too much with flu season because we do this as a matter of course, but it never hurts to have a little bit of extra help when the cooties are going around. And I work in an office. They like to spread the plague. I don't like to get it, so I have thus far avoided making my own fire cider because I just steal Lindsay's. So we're gonna go ahead and make some together today.
So fire cider, I usually credit Rosemary Gladstar, the famous, fabulous herbalist woman, for kind of coming up with this blend. And what it is apple cider vinegar, raw local honey, and then a whole bunch of spicy stuff. So today we have horseradish, we have jalapeno, you can do it with whatever spicy pepper you like. There's also turmeric, which is anti-inflammatory and delicious. Ginger, which is just great for kind of the stomach and everything. Plus things like your garlic and onion, because those are antimicrobial and just really, really healing. And then we've got some lemons to kind of make it taste better, and they're also pretty good for you. Vitamin C, all the good things, right? So really, the whole thing is, you take a jar, you chop all the things up, and you could chop them or grate them or shred them. You could throw them in a food processor, I don't know. You could do whatever you want, really. Just get them cut up and get them in the jar, and then cover them with the apple cider vinegar and add your honey. So we're going to just chop, and we'll talk a little as we go.
I'm going to shred some ginger maybe.
I like shredded ginger.
More surface volume.
Turmeric might be good shredded. So clearly not the freshest of lemons. I think it's going to be just fine. This is a great way to use some of that. This turmeric's been waiting in the fridge for a minute for us to get a chance as well. Yeah, for us to get a chance. And that's fine. For this, it's just going to soak in apple cider vinegar. And then once you have that soaking, you can start taking little shots out of it after a week or two, but really you want like 4 to 6 weeks of macerating or letting it sit in there for it to be able to really soak up all the good stuff. And then it's up to you. You can either kind of pull out what you want, or you can kind of strain the whole batch off and put it in something else that's easy to take a little spoonful of, and you can start a new batch. Just add more apple cider vinegar and more honey.
So I was grating this ginger, but it's making a horrible noise for the camera, so I'm just going to go ahead and slice the rest. But when you're making it at home, you can shred, grate, slice, dice, pulverize, whatever you want to do.
When you think of the genie from Aladdin. Chops and hands.
I was going to burst into song, but I can't sing like him. So.
No one can Robin Williams like Robin Williams. And I've used mine, so I filled my jar pretty much full of all the good stuff. And then I've used that for 2 or 3 batches now, and some of the heat intensity kind of went away, but it's still plenty potent, as you can attest to.
Beautiful orange turmeric.
I love that
I don't know
color.
if you've ever seen it real and not powdered, but it's gorgeous.
And you could add a little bit of black pepper. There's some studies showing that black pepper and turmeric are good for each other and increase the...
So interesting thing about that, the researcher that I work with that studies turmeric, she told me that it basically doesn't get absorbed. The black pepper doesn't seem to help it either, that it's just its actual presence. It's contact in your body that causes effects on your cells, which they don't understand yet. But I have also heard that black pepper with it helps it with absorption. So there must be something there, some kind of synergistic relationship, but they just don't know what it is yet.
It is kind of fun having both of our experience right now, because I'm going to school at an integrated nutrition school, and you both work and are going to school at VCU, which is a medical school. And so clearly some different paradigms there, but it really balances out our education and training between the two of us to be able to really just see both sides of what's actually out there and what people know and what the research says and different interpretations of that. Gives us a pretty good balance.
Yeah, we both have science-based programs, but they're like almost different languages sometimes.
Yes. And we tend to fall somewhere probably in the middle of the two. I'm just going to put all the turmeric in there.
That's what I was feeling with the ginger a minute ago. I don't mind a little extra turmeric. It's good for your gut, it's anti-inflammatory, it's good for your immune system, and it's pretty in orange.
And horseradish, if you've never seen horseradish, it's just a root. So this one was wrapped and then frozen just to preserve it until we were ready for it, but it's kind of a weird looking knobby globby thing. And it's usually fairly woody. It's not too bad. This one may be worth grating.
Are we doing the whole bowl? Or?
Yep. I'll do a whole bowl.
That works for me.
And whoop! I usually throw one. So there's something to garlic that you're supposed to smash it and let the oxygen hit it for 10 or 15 minutes to really activate some of the properties.
Is it oxygen? I knew that you needed to damage it, just like broccoli. Did you post that article yesterday?
I didn't know about broccoli.
Yeah, some researchers in China or Korea did a test. They were looking at the molecules and the way that they interact and the parts that are supposed to be good for you and the things that happen in them, and they found out that if you I think they put it in a food processor that they like if you were going to make cauliflower rice but with your broccoli, and then they let it sit for 90 minutes in one group, and the other group ate it or cooked it and ate it and stir fry immediately, and the ones that sat for 90 minutes had a higher level of this particular molecule in it. So they think that that broccoli is another one of those foods that if you damage it, the health benefit properties increase. This is...
That's okay. Grate what we can, we'll just chop the rest.
Maybe it's just because I'm not
getting it
committed.
Just don't grate your knuckles into it. And with both garlic and the onion in this particular recipe, I'm going to go ahead and leave the peels on, the little papers, because they contain allicin, some other good stuff. It's the same reason you put the skins and peels and all the bits into maybe your bowl broth or something. It adds flavor, lessens waste, and they're good for you.
I think it's kind of mushy because it's thawing.
Yeah.
It's not breaking.
And there's no, like we said, no particular shape that you're going for. If you want to make it pretty so while it's sitting on your counter it looks pretty, then you could do that, but I'm more concerned about just getting it in. There's that what she said joke in there.
I know, I was trying not to.
It's okay, we might as well.
Appropriate.
If you don't appreciate a good that's what she said joke once in a while, you're probably on the wrong channel. Go find somebody a little less funny. Alright, so that's all the good stuff.
That goes a lot faster with two people.
Doesn't it? Yeah. So there's,
looks like a compost
jar. Colors. Mine was layered. I put like lemons and limes and oranges and everything because I had them.
Yours was pretty. I didn't have a lime.
That smell though, it's kicking.
Mm.
Yeah. So then, if you want to add like a couple tablespoons of honey, I know you've got good honey. The more honey you have, the sweeter it's going to taste, but overall the spiciness, you're not going to notice. Mostly just honey is really, really beneficial. And then this is the apple cider vinegar that we actually made when we were doing apples and apples.
We bought a whole bunch of apples in Maine and got home with them and realized we had a whole bunch of apples, so they didn't want to last as long as I would have let them. So we made some apple cider vinegar, and
Yeah.
it's been sitting around for a year and a half now.
Yeah.
Got a nice
So
squirt
there's
out
a-
of it.
There's a lovely little. We told you making kombucha is just like making vinegar, but that also means that making vinegar is just like making kombucha.
So now I have a scoopy, and I can start another batch if I want to.
Yeah, good way to use all the little odds and ends and scraps and cores and peels of your apples too if you're making pie. We're just gonna fill it up. Why not? Use the rest of your vinegar.
Do we need a coffee filter, or do we put a lid on it?
Nope. We put a lid on it, let it seal and macerate. So this isn't going to be a ferment, like a lacto ferment that you need the air and you need the stuff. This one's more just a maceration and extraction. So what that vinegar is going to do is just pull all the stuff that you want out of there.
Leave it a little loose just in case.
There you go. And then you're all set. 6 to 8 weeks later, 4 to 6 to 8, depending on whose story you're reading.
I'm not sure it's going to last that long, but I'm going to
Yeah.
try. I'm really going to try. Flu season will be over by then. But
That's true.
That's my bad for not starting it months ago when I was supposed to.
And so this is one of those things you could start at the end of kind of the summer as fall starts creeping in. You get it started a little early, and then by the time cold and flu season kind of starts kicking up, which is such a funny term anyway, cold and flu season, like it's...
Like germs have a season.
Yeah. But, yeah. That way it's ready for you when everybody starts getting the cooties, and you can just dose up. And all you really need is a tablespoonful or so. Not even a shot, like just a little spoonful a day. You'll know. It's plenty.
Yeah. It's good. All right, so give it a shot. Let us know what you think. Feel free to play with it. Again, it's all about using what you've got and making something come out of it. So get in the kitchen, have some fun, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining us.